told you the story of humanity begins not in the Fertile Crescent, but in the heart of Africa. A place where our ancestors walked, thrived, and built the foundation for everything we know today. This is not just history, it's our shared origin, a truth that unites us all. In the beginning, humanity walked in a garden, a paradise of life, harmony, and endless possibility. This was Eden. But where was it? For centuries, many have placed Eden in Mesopotamia, in the fertile lands of the Tigris and Euphrates. But science, history, and DNA tell a story that begins much further south, in Africa, the cradle of humankind. Modern humans, Homo sapiens, first appeared over 200,000 years ago in Africa, and the evidence is overwhelming. DNA studies trace the maternal lineage of all living humans to a population that lived in southern Africa, near the Okavango Delta, in what is now Botswana. This vast oasis, one of the 7 natural wonders of Africa, is more than just a marvel of nature. It is a cradle of life, a sanctuary where early humans thrived for over 70,000 years. Picture it, a lush oasis in the heart of the Kalahari Desert, where rivers from the highlands of Angola breathe life into the dry sands. The Okavango Delta is a tapestry of waterways, islands, and wildlife, a place of abundance and beauty. For our ancestors, it was Eden. Not far away lies the cradle of humankind in South Africa, home to the largest concentration of ancient human fossils in the world. Here, the remains of Australopithecus and other early human ancestors tell the story of our beginnings. A time when humans lived in balance with nature, connected to the land and to each other. But paradise, even in Africa, was not eternal. Climate change began to reshape the landscape. Between 130,000 and 110,000 years ago, the lush lands of southern Africa began to dry, forcing early humans to migrate in search of new opportunities. They carried with them their resilience, their ingenuity, and their vision of a promised land. This migration marked the beginning of humanity's journey out of Africa, a journey that would take them across continents and eventually to the Fertile Crescent. But the Bible picks up the story much later, long after the nomadic wanderings, when humans had already begun to settle and form communities. Genesis introduces us to Adam and Eve, placed by God in a garden that was very good. This was Eden, a place of perfection and communion with the Creator. But paradise was lost. Their disobedience led to their expulsion, and they were sent into a world of toil, struggle, and survival. The book of Adam and Eve expands on this exile, describing the grief and hardship Adam and Eve faced as they left Eden. They journeyed into a harsh and unfamiliar world, mourning the loss of their perfect home. Yet even in their sorrow, they pressed on, moving northward to find a new land to call home. That land was the Fertile Crescent, a region shaped by rivers like the Tigris and Euphrates, offering fertile soil, abundant water, and a climate suitable for sustaining life. Here, humanity began again. They cultivated the land, formed communities, and laid the foundations of what we now call civilization. The Fertile Crescent became the cradle of civilization, home to the great cities of Sumer, Babylon, and Akkad. Writing, trade, and governance emerged, and humanity reached new heights of innovation. But we must not forget, the people who built these civilizations were descendants of African Homo sapiens. Their journeys northward from the African Eden laid the foundation for these early societies. This dual narrative, a Garden of Eden in Africa and a new Eden in the Fertile Crescent is a story of beginnings and resilience. The first Eden in Africa represents our shared origins, a place of unity and connection. The second Eden in the Fertile Crescent symbolizes humanity's ability to adapt, rebuild, and create anew after profound loss. The story of Eden is not just about a physical place. It is about humanity's journey, our resilience, our creativity, and our enduring hope for paradise restored. So now, I ask you, what does Eden mean to you? Is it a place, a spiritual ideal, or perhaps it is both? A reflection of where we come from and where we hope to return. How does knowing that all humanity shares African origins reshape your understanding of the Bible or world history? Does it change how you see yourself, your neighbor, or the world around you? To explore these questions further, I invite you to dive into the book of Genesis, where the story of Eden unfolds. Read the book of Adam and Eve, which expands on humanity's early struggles, and explore scientific studies on human migration, which connect us all to the cradle of humankind in Africa. As an African proverb says, a stream cannot rise above its source. Our source is Africa, the cradle of life and the origin of us all. The story of humanity begins in Africa. It is a story of unity, endurance, and transformation. Though the first Eden was lost, its legacy lives on in every step we've taken since, shaping our journey from Africa to the Fertile Crescent and beyond. As we continue to search for a new Eden in our hearts and in our world,